Hi everyone! So for the Catalyst Conference project, a major component is finding a way to have your audience interact with your page. And I've talked to a few of you on Skype this week, and many of you are going in the polling direction, which is totally fine. But the one downside for polling is that at least I have not been able to find a polling facilitator will, that will show your audience instant results. Instead, it will send you results, and then you would need to manually update the results a couple times a day so that your audience gets a sense of how people have responded to your questions so far. So you can totally go in that direction, but I was looking around, and Audrey and Amy pointed me to Padlet, which I know the GOA staff mentioned in their list of helpful apps as well. So I checked it out yesterday and it's awesome, and I really wanted to give you all a quick tutorial because in looking at many of your pages, I think it makes a lot of sense to use Padlet as a means for interacting with your audience. So here's how you do it. First of all, you go to padlet.com, and then all you do is you click Create a Padlet. And once that's done, you're in and this is your Padlet. There's no sign up. It's super, super simple. This is basically a blank bulletin board, sort of a virtual bulletin board that you can embed onto your WordPress page or onto your Canvas page, and it's super easy to use. So I went ahead and made my own, and I'll show you what I did with that. So this is the same interface that you saw before, but I've just made a few changes to it. You can just kind of play around here, that's what I did. But for example, I clicked on settings. The wheel here is the modify the Padlet setting area. And one thing I can do is I can add a little image for me so that whenever I type something, it's pretty clear who I am. I can use one of these standard images, or I can add a photo of myself. So I'm going to go ahead and click, I don't know, let's just do a happy face. So now whenever I make a post or give directives, there's going to be a little happy face, and then you know that it's me. The other thing that you can do is you can change the wallpaper. And the wallpaper is simply the background for your Padlet. So I can go ahead and click here. They have a bunch of different generic backgrounds that you can use. So for example, I have like a really basic blue grid going on right now, but I'm going to go ahead and click this, New York City, love New York City. So I'm going to go ahead and use that as my background instead. I think it looks a little bit cooler. And there are all kinds of different settings that you can play around with here. One thing that you want to make sure that you do is change the privacy settings. So click on privacy, and you want to make sure that you click totally public, and that way anybody who visits your page can easily modify your Padlet, and anyone who is looking at your page is already password protected. They've signed up with the GOA conference, so you should be okay on that front. But go ahead and click totally public before you do any kind of sharing. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you is the layout options, or are the layout options. So I go ahead and click here on layout, and right now I have it in stream form, so it kind of shows up like you would see on Instagram or Twitter, and every time someone posts something, it automatically organizes it. So I could click here and make a little post, so I can say like, hey, and I can write, this is awesome. Okay. And if I wanted to, actually, I could even drag in a picture or use a link or something like that, but I'm not going to do that for now. But if I have that there, it automatically puts it in line, and so it's very orderly. So if you're a more orderly oriented person, I kind of am, that would probably work pretty well for you. But you can also change it to more of a free form, and it comes up more, you can change the free form here, and then your post will look more like a bulletin board type thing, or you can click grid as well. So it's being a little slow right now, but you can get a sense of how it all is going to work. And for each Padlet post that is made, and anyone can make a post, you can add images, video, someone can make a video post, they can add links. For instance, this one here is a PDF. So if I click on it, it will send me to the PDF, or or either download the PDF or send me to a website that hosts the PDF. So it's really cool what you can do with all of this for free. Okay, so last thing, eventually, once you have your Padlet up and ready to go, you want to share it. And so you're going to click here on the share button, and it's going to give you a couple different options, and you want to use the embed code. Now down here it says using WordPress, and it gives you a Padlet shortcode plugin. Just don't even mess with that right now. Just use the embed code, even though it looks a little bit scary. Go ahead and click on it, press copy, and then you can go over to your Catalyst conference page. And usually what I like to do is I can type in XXX on my page, and that just lets me know where I should insert the code, especially if my Padlet region is going to be lower or in the middle of my page somewhere. But right now it's just going to be at the top to make it easy. So I have my XXX there. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to text. And here I see XXX, so I know that that's where I want to paste my embed code. Boom, easy. And now I can just click back to visual. It's not going to show anything right away. I need to hit preview, and then it will show my Padlet. So here's my Padlet page on my WordPress kind of faux project page. And if I scroll down here, sorry about that. If I scroll down here, I can go ahead and click on my Padlet as if I were just a random user. And let's say above here I asked some kind of question, and I wanted my audience to respond to it in some way. What they can do is they can just double click here, and then a new post will come up. It's always a good idea to have a little title, but they can do what they want for that. So you can just type something up, and you can make a little post. Okay. And then that's it. And now that's there. And of course, if someone responds, if someone makes an interesting comment, you can always comment right back to them. So it's a very interactive piece that you can add to an otherwise fairly static page. And I think that if you're looking to spice up your page a bit, especially with cool skins like the NYC background, or you can add photos from your own library as well. But I don't know, I think Padlet is pretty cool, and I highly recommend using it. So hopefully that helps, and just shoot me an email if you have any questions.